Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. A very good evening to everybody. Thank you very much for making it today to this very important training, I guess. And we'll find out towards the end of the training. So this is your trainer today, Hussain Al Lawati, and I come from beautiful Oman. And for people who don't know where Oman is, it's on the extreme side of the GCC from a geographical point of view. So we're about 55 minutes away flight from Dubai, and welcoming you as the weather is getting better over here. Otherwise, normally it is in the 40s and upper 40s or mid 40s, but it's getting better now. So we're seeing the 30s, and the odometer of the thermometer of the heat is now cooling off. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, who are joining me from different parts of the world. And it's really astonishing and really honoring to see you all coming from all parts of the world. And let me look at the names here today. So I definitely have people from Oman, I have people from Scotland, I have people from Africa, I have people from Indonesia. Thank you very much for Ahmed Afzal making it from all the way to Indonesia online, though it's pretty late there. And I can see multiples of people again from Africa. So thank you, Africa, a beautiful continent, an emerging continent with a lot of opportunity and aspiration. I loved being in Congo at one point of a time and look forward to being there again. So we have people also from the UAE. Thank you for the brothers and the gentlemen who are making it from there. I'm sorry if I've not recognized the countries you're coming from, but I can see also people coming from Malaysia. So thank you very much for also people who are coming from, interestingly, where is that? I can see, here we go. I said that in France. Thank you very much for France being with us. Hey, today we want to talk about a very simple thing. It's going to be I promise you, it's not going to be a boring training. It's going to be definitely something that everybody of us needs and wants and desires. But before I start, would you please raise your hand or give me an okay that you're hearing my voice clearly? Can you? So let me see who confirms that he or she hears my voice clearly. And I'll start then with whatever I have on these lovely slides. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, clear. Very good. Am I clear to Africa? Am I clear to Europe? So I have an answer from Europe. I have answer, yes, exactly. Malaysia, I'm clear to Malaysia. Wow, I feel so honored. I'm clear to lots of part of the world. Thank you very much. Kenya, wow, fabulous. Thank you. Thank you, Scotland. Thank you, Malaysia. Thank you, Indonesia. And for the rest of you, I would assume that I'm clear to you all, right? So UAE, thank you very much. Oh wow, here's a gentleman that I love. Just responded and said, I'm clear to him in the UAE. Fabulous. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, let me start. And this was a title that I wanted to bring up, and I did bring it up in the summit of Thailand. And of course, what you're going to see is an elaboration of what I actually talked about in Thailand. This is from the field. Our business requires us to always not get too indulged in the nitty-gritties and the details and the noise that is happening around us in the business. Well, actually, this is something that we require also in life, right? There's a lot of noise that happens around us, isn't it? In life, whether that is surroundings of the job, surroundings of the family, surroundings of the extended family, surroundings of friends, everybody around us. There's a lot of noise, and part of it is really positive noise. Maybe we shouldn't be calling it as noise, but positive music, right? But maybe the other side of it is actually negative noise, and you need to find yourself there. And that's exactly where VRDa1's business is. And today, you would need to be very carefully moving with me in the journey of this 60 minutes, right? So going back to basics is something that you need to return yourself back to. So whether you joining me today as somebody who's been in the business for the last 2 to 3 years, fantastic. I respect that. You have a lot of knowledge, but I tell you, you don't have the complete knowledge. Obviously, none of us does. We need to be always empty cups to really learn more. And if you're joining us for the first time, and especially with the title of the business, going back to basics, I am going to be teaching you, conveying to you, talking to you about some of the basics that you want to do in this business if you're interested in that. If you're really going to be really confirming to me that you're committed to whatever I'm going to say today. And today I'm going to test your commitment, right? And actually, since we're online, I'm going to be using you. I'm going to be testing your commitment through you. So you need to communicate that commitment to me. And whether, if you're committed today to learning each bit of this 60 minutes, please raise your hand, give me a thumbs up, tell me you're committed. If you're not committed and you're here just to entertain yourself for a while, for 15 minutes and leave, where you're going to go back to your normal life and standard life, and I hate the word standard because we all need to be different, I would love to convey to you the experience that I carry with me as a human being and as a professional and as an individual who has over 25 years worth of experience in the private sector and in direct sales and in a successful track record, right? I'm not going to tell you how much do I have in the bank. That's not necessary today. Today, what's necessary is that how much you're going to be creating for yourself. How much are you going to be really worth? And I know that each one of you is worth millions, billions, right? Each one of you has a lot of energy, has a lot of aspirations, has a lot of commitments, has a lot of pain inside him or her. And today you're here not because I want to motivate you and pep you up. No, today we're here to say there is a science behind this business. There is a commitment behind this business. There's a discipline behind this business, and it will carry you forward if you're interested in being to the next level, in going to the next level. So I can see, well, fantastic. Thank you very much for the two people who said, well, actually two ladies who said we're committed. Thank you, ladies. At least two out of the big bunch of people. Fantastic to see that there is two people that are committed today. And I'm sure all of you are, not necessarily that today we want to hear from all of the people. Maybe some of the people are just testing out, what is this going back to basics, right? Fabulous. Thank you. Thank you. Committed. Yes, inshallah. All committed. I am sure of that. And with that, this is a little bit of an introduction, teasing ourselves in this fabulous room that has a lot of positive energy. And I can feel that, telling you that today we're going to be simplifying what training is. Training is supposed to be not boring. Training is supposed to be to the point. Training is supposed to be a way or an individual that helps you in finding your pathway towards next. And that's what we're going to be doing today. So with that, let me move to my next slide. And some of you have seen this quote from Brian Tracy, saying the distance between dreams and reality is called what? Action. Have you taken that action? Well, by attending today this training, you have taken this towards the next level. You have decided that I'm going to take it to the next level because I'm interested in understanding what is this business all about. And I'm not going to give you all the nitty-gritties. This is only giving you the keys, giving you the opening of the door, giving you the flavor, giving you the operational, in a way, framework, so-called, right? Framework. And you need to paint the picture. Again, if you're interested. Again, if you're committed. Again, if you decide that I want to go with it. And indeed, dreams are of two types, right? Either they're dreams that become dreams all the time. You dream about them and then you wake up and you see that it was a dream. Or you turn that dream, a good dream, into a reality. And you bring to it all the flavors and all the meat that that dream requires. That becomes part of your reality, positive reality, additional value, obviously putting the fingerprints on humanity. And that meat is action. It's you. Action means you. Action means that you are going to take the steps forward towards it. Do not let the noise around you drag you back to square one all the time. Actually, square zero all the time. Do not let people around you giving you that negativity not to be able to move forward. Do not allow them to bring you back to square one. Actually help them to move also from this negativity to positivity. And that's by bringing those good dreams into reality. Because, by the way, somebody in the world is waiting for you to tell them about how did you turn your dreams into reality and how did you reap the benefit out of it. And today we are with VRDa1. And some of you, and I can see some of these names, including our top earner who is sitting in the team in the room today, to say that you have done it and you're still doing it. Teach people how to do it. Simplify it for them. Do not complicate it for them. It's very important that they understand that there is simplicity around this world and there is simplicity around this business, and that you understand what this business is. So if you do understand it, then you need to take the action towards it and we move forward. So with that, let me move forward. And yes, there are roadblocks, there are bumpers, speed breakers in front of us. Caution. Are you ready for the caution? If you're ready for me, before I go into this training, to caution you about some of the stuff, the do's and don'ts, then please have a pen and a paper in front of you, or a pencil and a paper in front of you. Now, if you really do have that pencil and paper or pen and paper in front of you, can I see some real raises of hands saying, yes, I am in a training today and I'm really carrying my pen and a paper in front of me. I'm not just walking on the beach and listening to the training of Hussain Al Lawati, going back to basics of this business, that I put money into it, and I'm walking on the beach and I'm looking at my phone screen just casually to see what this guy is saying. Because today I'm not here to waste your time, and I'm not here to waste my time also, because my time is very valuable. My time, when I give that time, I want that at least 10 people out of the people that are sitting in this room, the numbers of people that are sitting in this room, 10 people would come back to me at the end of the day and send me a message on my WhatsApp and say, thank you very much, I learned something. So if you have that pen and paper, then you are rocking. You are playing ball today, right? And with that, let me just show you what are these words of caution. Important questions, ladies and gentlemen. Important clarifications, ladies and gentlemen. Number one, there is two types of people who get associated with VRDa1. They are people who are putting money just for the sake of putting money and reaping the benefit from the product bonus, or they are marketeers while they have actually associated themselves by putting some amount of money. Or are you both? Which category are you, so I can communicate with you from that angle? Now you need to ask yourself, no need to answer that question, but you need to ask yourself which category I am in. Interestingly, there's a lot of people who say, I like the idea, wonderful idea. This is going to get me to the next level. This is real estate. This is also an ecosystem. This is digital. This is NFT. This is the Meta one. This is multiples of products that I have. And I can see that they are talking about the future. But what do I want to do myself? How do I want to take it forward? Am I an associate with only the amount of money and product bonus? Or no, I want to reap the benefit out of the 6 different channels of revenue generation from this business. Are you aware of the 6 different channels? Have you, as the leader or an upline, because leader is a big word, so we will define that, right? But are you, as an upline, somebody who's invited an individual towards VRDa1, they got interested and they have put the money and then they signed up, and next day they didn't hear even a word from you? It's your responsibility as the upline to tell them about the 6 different revenue streams. If you don't know them, learn them. Attend the presentations that are now done by the directors and also done by the tier 1 leaders. Have you attended a presentation? Is that something that you have done already? Or no, that was the first presentation, you like the idea. Oh, I trust Hussain, I trust Ahmed, I trust Rosalina, I trust people around the business. I trust you, you're my friend, so I'm going to put my money. See, there is 2 ways of looking at this business, right? There's multiple ways, but let me just focus it on 2 ways. It's you who's inviting to the business, but it is also you who's putting money in this business. If you two do not shake hands, this business is never going to grow. Are you ready to shake the hand? Now, for you as an upline, you need to learn the business so you can be able to communicate that business to the person you're inviting. And the individual who has been invited and they just joined, associated in the business by only signing up, putting the money, and that's it. Then they come after 6 months or 10 months or 12 months and say, oh, I didn't get any benefit out of this, I'm going to exit. By the way, there's people who exited looking at it from a short-term view, and they did not understand the business. And you know who's to be blamed for this? It's you, Mr. Upline, Mrs. Upline, Miss Upline, because you have not understood the business. That's why your business is not growing. And it's not growing, and the result of it, that people are exiting from your team because they did not understand that this business has growth potential in 4 different areas. Have you ever thought about growth potentials in 4 different areas in one business that allows you to even get associated with them with $500? There are people who have joined this business with $1,000 or $5,000 and they are now at the 50,000 mark. Do you know how to do that? Do you know how to get there? Ask yourself that question. It's a caution question. Number 2, how important is this business for me, for you? How important is it to you? If you're going to say important, can I see a raise of hands? Just write important. Just write I in the chat box. Just write I if it's important. Then we have another question. Fantastic. 1 I, 2 I, important, 3 I's. Yeah, fabulous. So that's less than 1%. Fantastic, important, very good. I'm seeing I's coming, right? I's coming, very good. Now ask your question. Ask a question to yourself. If it's important to you, are you treating it importantly? What do you mean by that? Yes, it's important. I have put money into it. Why do you say it's important? Why do you say that I need to treat it important? How do I treat it importantly? Imagine today you have put $100,000 in establishing a coffee shop or a restaurant or a grocery shop. How many hours of that business, how many hours of your week would you give into that business? How many hours? Can I see some answers? Some of you are business owners. Some of you are business owners. Tell me how many hours. You've put $100,000. You're expecting to grow to become a millionaire in this business of grocery shop and restaurant and you know, I mean, sort of a franchise business, F&B business. How many hours would you put per week? 18 hours. Good. 12 hours minimum. Okay. So it's double digits, right? Double digits. Yeah, I can see double digits there. Everybody's talking about double digits, full time in that business because I've put a lot of money. Now, let's ask this question. Since you've joined VRDa1, now truthful answers, right? You cannot disguise yourself. Truthful answers. When you've put that 100,000, 50,000, 10,000, 5,000, 1,000, of course, if you put 1,000, I don't expect you to be that serious, but actually, if you're serious, then I really salute you, right? And if you put that double digits, I salute you. Because I tell you what, in 90 days, if you're putting 18 hours in a week into that business, you're going to be reaping that 100,000 first mile. And you need to calculate yourself how important this business is for you. Do you really believe in it? But I mean, you know, that's the question. If you believe that you have put that money to get money out of it and you want to grow it, then put the figures, put the numbers of the hours that you're going to be putting in that business. If you put those numbers, you're going to reap the benefits regardless. You will make sure you are going to grow. But if you do not know till now, how much money do you really need to make from that? Have you done your feasibility? Have you done your business plan for VRDa1? Have you asked yourself that question? Hey, this is going back to basics. You have started a business. You have not started a scam. This is a business. It's working. It's telling you in different ways and shapes and forms that there are people who are making money out of this business because they are putting that effort. And if both of your lines are working left and right, don't be deceived, right? If you do not spend time in it, it's never going to continue. You will collapse one of these days. You have to put that effort. And by the way, don't overwhelm yourself. Put 10 hours per week in it. Put 5 hours in a week in it. Put 4 hours. Start with 2 hours in the coming 2 weeks. But get it in the system. Get yourself in the system. That's how you will understand how important this business is for you. Now, do I at least have a notebook tonight? Caution question. You answered it. Thank you very much. Let's go to next. Am I here to add value or to only make money? So for that, to answer that question, can I see in the chat box how long you've been in the business? How long you've been in the business? 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 23 months. Fantastic. 2 years almost. Anybody else that long? 9 months. Okay. Fabulous. Are you here for long term or short term? 1 year. Fabulous. Long term or short term? Yes, of course, you're here for long term. But by the way, a lot of people are just here to make money. They think they will make money, but they're not thinking about adding value. You know, there are companies that have been established in Japan for the last 200 and 300 years. You know what is their motto? Their motto is add value, money is going to come. Add value, money is going to come. It's not the money part. It's not how many VRDs you need to swap. It's not every quarter when I get the VRDs, I just need to withdraw it. Yeah. Look at it long term, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the business for long term. These VRDs soon are going to be moving towards a different level. So the question comes, how do I add value? Well, Start putting it on a piece of paper. Here's the money I want to make out of it. Here's the people I want to make also. I want to duplicate with them so they can make the amount of money that I am making. If today you're making every month about $500 or $1,000 from it, how many people can you help to make $1,000? How many people around your community that are locally with you, and how many people internationally? If you put a target of 5 people locally and 5 people internationally, that's a fantastic role or fantastic goal to start with in the coming 90 days or 180 days. That's the adding value. And guess what's going to happen? If you're going to teach 5 people or 10 people this same duplication, how you made money, how you understood the business, how you understand the back office, how you make this business grow by putting your money into diversification and taking advantage of, example, the offer that we have now with the $2,500, one NFT, 500 dametas, and also the classic pack. You've diversified. Maybe you will not see the benefit immediately, though you're seeing it now because it's a package of $3,000, but you're actually buying it at $2,500. So you've already reaped the benefit, instant gratification. But this is going to add value to you next, because in a matter of a year or less than a year or whatever, when the meta price is going to go up or the NFT price is going to go up, and you did hold your VRDs, what would happen? So you've designed your business model, teach that to other people, and that's how they're going to be making the same amount of money or maybe more than you. If you did that, what's going to happen automatically? Your business is growing, correct? Because you're franchising it and you're showing them the SLAs, the SOPs, the business model, the back office. This is the amount of money you put together. That's how you are going to add value. Your value is not just by putting money, getting associated every morning, waking up and looking at the STO price, and that's it. You turn off the machine and then you go back to your normal life. Then you come in the next day and look at the STO and see that your money has matured, and you withdraw the money, and that's it. Moving on, moving on. That's a standard way. You are not different there. Your adding value is teach people how to do the same thing. Make more franchisees and franchisors. Build that system. That's how you're going to be adding value. The last question, am I here for a monthly income or for financial freedom? What are you here for? Are you here for a salary? You quit your job and you resigned. You thought VRDa1 is going to give me my monthly income. Or are you here for financial freedom? Thank you very much. Financial freedom. Yes, makes more sense than having a monthly income. And then you know what happens in the last week when the STO price went down? Some of you who were here for a monthly income, you panicked and you called us. By the way, some of you are here in the room, right? So in a minute, I'm going to also expose your name. No, just joking, right? But you panicked. You thought, oh my God, my weekly income is going to go away. This company is going to shut down. You thought that. I bet you. I bet you. But if you're used to markets and you understand, by the way, you know what? The company, and I'm not putting my director hat today, right? I'm putting a trainer hat today. If you know how markets run, today the company is giving us a chance to learn. They are taking us through, VRDa1 101 was there. Now you are in the next level. You are in your next semester. You are in your next year. You are about to graduate. You have not graduated yet. And you know what proved to us that you have not graduated and you're not ready to graduate? Because a lot of you, even people who claim themselves as leaders of the business, even with the people, and sorry, I'm going to be very blunt tonight in some of the things that I'm going to say. Even with some of you thinking that they are the pioneers of this business, they are the first ones who put the money, you failed. yourself and you failed your mentors in telling them you panicked in a second when 2 points of the STO went down. We got calls, ladies and gentlemen. I got calls and messages. Oh, what is happening to the STO? Hey, nothing is happening. There is a lot of money that went out. And if you have gone and invested in public companies at the time when the companies are giving dividends, or they are giving bonus shares, or they're giving bonuses, the share price goes down. That's automatic, right? I think the company has been over generous to us by giving us that price at a stable price. That's wrong. That's not healthy. That's even sometimes deceiving. So today the company is telling you, you have withdrawn your money. And of course, when 10 people withdraw or 20 people withdraw their money in 1 week, definitely, what happens? Obviously, money has come out from the company, which means from a financial point of view, from the books point of view, as we call it, from a numbers perspective, money has gone out. What do you expect? The STO price to go up? So let me tell you this, a word of caution. If you're here for a monthly income, leave this business, please. If you're here panicking for 2 points going down and up, or not up, but going down, if you will continue panicking, please do not raise your blood pressure and diabetes. Okay, we don't want more ill people in the business. Don't make yourself under that stress. Leave the business. And today I'm bluntly saying that, because by the way, there's another wave of 10,000 people that are waiting for us for VRDa1, so they can be approached and they can join the business with really, really big hearts, strong hearts, and financial acumen, and understanding how the markets run and understanding how these businesses run. Otherwise, you're not meant to be for this business. Otherwise, actually, go back to your active upline and ask them how this works, please. And today, I'm going to be giving you the basics for your financial freedom and not for your monthly income. I'm not here to show you rosy dreams. I think rosy dreams are over even for some countries, right? And for some administrations. So we're here for reality. We are here for understanding how can we structure this for long term, right? And I will give you the basics. And I told you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving you today the juice and the gist of the 25 years in direct selling and reference marketing. And some people get the goosebumps of this word that I'm going to say, network marketing, which generates $180 billion in revenues annually. Please, today, get yourself shifted. Your mind has to shift. That's why I spent that much time in cautioning you in what I'm talking about today. Are you ready for the shift? That's where the question is. Are you ready with your notebook? But do not make this notebook and these notes that you're going to be taken today just as a temporary gratification and temporary hoo-ha, and I'm there, I've attended the training, and do not follow it. Make sure that this is going to be your structured plan, goal, and aim to go to next. So, sorry, let me just push the slide to next. And I don't want to spend time on the mission and vision and core values of the business, but it's very important that we understand that we are in a business that is definitely taking care of multiples of things for us, right? And if you're with me, then I'm going to be looking at this here highlighted, the betterment of humanity. I'm going to look at financial growth. I'm going to be talking about empowering you, and I'm going to talk about, I want to focus on, and I'll not talk about in the training. We already know that we are a business that is under or working with three giant industries called the real estate, the information technology, and direct selling. This is a message for the people who are attending with us for the first time. Understand, believe, and rest assured that we are in a business that is now at the end of the third year of operations. And our first year or first 1.5 years were actually in the midst of Corona, COVID, lockdowns. Things were not happening, but we still made it. We're still making it. Today, we're still actively building this business, moving forward, left and right and center, right? And it's continuing to, and you are continuing to reap the benefits out of it. Be part of us. Do not be an isolated individual if you've decided to become an investor, an associate, putting your money in the business and being a marketeer. Yeah, moving on. So today, seriously, I wanted to keep it simple because a lot of people complicate this thing, right? A lot of people, when you tell them to give a presentation or give a training, they go into the nitty-gritties, they panic. Also, like they panicked with the STO price, they also panic that this business is so complex. How am I going to explain it? And they start talking about everything in the business. And that's not right. That's not healthy, right? And look at the kids, right? When you look at our kids, when you want to make them understand something, simplify it for them. Make it in a gaming way. They love gaming. Step by step, stage by stage. Kill this, take this out, get some benefits. You know, that's how Fortnite works and these games work, right? Simplify that business for you. Keep it simple. But how would you keep it simple if you've not even attempted to learn it, to understand it? And it is today talking about going back to basics. In fact, today what I'm doing till now is just flavoring it for you, because 1 or 2 slides of what I'm going to show to you is the whole training today. And it has a lot of content, but we will go around it one by one. And that's how you need to simplify it. Take the steps that we talk about. When we talk about your capital, any business that you start, you need to put a capital. What is your capital in this business? Is the list of names, because it's all about referencing. What is the capital of some of the banking sectors? The banks, right? They also have a direct selling team that they go about and talk about it. If you open up a grocery shop and you close the door, is that going to grow? It's not going to grow until customers come. Any business that you do on earth, if you do not have customers, if you do not have associates, that business is never going to happen, correct or not? Until and unless you tell me today that you are here by putting the money in and reaping the benefit from the product bonus, and that's it. You want to reap the benefit from the product bonus. Fabulous. Then, by the way, once your escrow period is going to be done, you will exit, I am sure. And you would forget about the long term of this business, which is 5 to 10 years. And the long term of this business is we are here for generations, because we are talking about classic real estate and we're talking about NFT based on real estate. And by the way, be proud. Your company is probably the first company that has put an NFT based on a real estate that they own fully. Yeah, and that's very important to understand. But going back to the slide and the title of the slide, but going back to basics, you have to keep it simple, but you have to understand how this business works. If you're not going to connect yourself, and again, thank you very much for attending this training and the training that was done by Muhammad Uthman and the trainings that will be done by some of the leaders. If you're going to plug in yourself and you understand the business, you put the hours in it, you have the capital, which is the list of names in it. Hey, that's the basics of the business. Just keep going. Don't lose hope. That's how it works. And that's how it's going to take you to the next level. So If you have a list of names, and I didn't want to flash up a slide that says, oh, you need to have a list of names. That's a given in this business. If you do not have a list of names, you're automatically failing yourself. And I am not talking about the list of names that is in your phone. I am talking about a written list of names that has been categorized and that has been qualified with the simple formula of MAN. M standing for they have the capacity of the money, the capability of the financial capability of the money, the individual that you're approaching. A is authority. They have the authority to make a decision for themselves. Well, a lot of us will go to the wives and ask them for the permission, correct? Or the wife going to the husband. That's fine. That's your Ministry of Interior of the house. VRDa1 is not going to intrude in that, right? But if you have that authority to make final decision, then yes, I'm going to be qualifying you as part of my list. And then the need, the requirement, the understanding that I want to diversify my income, because the diversification of income is actually even the simplest thing after these 2.5 years, ladies and gentlemen, of COVID. There is nothing called a fixed income if you have a job, because your boss did cut your bonuses, did cut your salary, and told you if you don't do your job, then you leave, because there's 10 or 100 other people who are looking for the job. So today we're here to say this is part of your diversification of income for long term. Simple forms, simple 3 things, 4 things. Number one. Why did I join the business? As an investor, as an associate only, product bonus, and then that's it? Or do I want to also have 10 people at least to teach them, adding value, teach them how to make money out of this, and also learn from this business? Because it's not only about money. Money is going to come. It's going to come automatically, by the way. If you are going to teach those 10 people to continuously plug in the system, do exactly what I'm teaching you today, then we are going to be running the business forward. So today, by the way, the 35 people, and I'm disclosing the number to you, right? So we have over 3,000 people, but unfortunately, or fortunately, fortunate for us, 35 people who are serious about the business attended the training. Yeah. And they have, I'm sure you have attended the previous training, and I'm sure you will attend the next training. Make sure each one of you invites one person to the training. Again, let's become 70. And that's the additional value to the business. And that's the additional value to yourself, because your business is going to grow. Your income is going to grow if you focus on those 5 to 10 people. Teach them the same thing that you're doing right now with all the commitment, with all the hours that you're putting. List of names, understand your business, and make sure that this gets duplicated. Put the hours. But who are you looking for? The title of the slide of what we have in front of us. Some people lose diamonds in search of stones. Well, you have to search. So you cannot just go to the diamond immediately, correct? You have to search. You have to talk to people. You have to invite people. You have to knock the doors. And I'm not saying go door to door and invite to VRDa1. I'm sure each one of you, each one of us has about 100 people in their list of names, in their phones. They know them. All what you're doing is to invite them. There are 2 ways of inviting. Well, it depends. If the friend is very close to you, how do you invite them? If this friend is not very close to you, how do you invite them? If they're colleagues, how do you invite them? If they're professionals, how do you invite them? I am not here today to talk to you about invitation. I'm here to tell you today that you, part of the basics, if you want to win in this business, you have to have a list of names, and you have to spend at least 1 hour inviting a couple of people every day. 1 hour invitation, 1 hour presentation, 1 hour follow-up, Multiply that by 5 days, that's your 15 hours. Done. I bet you at the end of the year, you're going to be at the 50,000 to 100,000 mark just from your commissions and not from the benefit of the product or the bonuses, the quarterly bonuses. You want me to repeat that? I'll repeat that. So 1 hour invitation, 1 hour presentation, 1 hour follow-up. Close the deal. Don't forget, you have to close the deal. But before I get to the closing of the deal, remind me to talk to you about the closing of the deal. Who do we select? Who do we go for? You're going for diamonds. You want people who are going to be building the business. Remember, the 10 people that we talked about, 10 local, 5 local and 5 international. Build it that way to start with in the coming 90 days. Let's repeat that. So I'm going to actually put it on a piece of paper in front of me. We are talking about 3 hours into 5 days, 1 hour invite, 1 hour presentation, 1 hour follow-up. Yeah, very good. Then you're talking about 5 local and 5 international. And that's your plan for 90 days. And let's meet up after 90 days. Out of those, how would you find your diamonds if you, and those 10 people, if you go to 100 people, right? And every day, if you are going to be spending 1 hour inviting at least 1 or 2 or 3 people, and out of those 3 people that are there into 5 days, that's 15 people, 5 will attend, 3 will attend per week for a presentation. Multiply that by your 90 days, what's going to happen? You will have your 5 diamonds locally and you will have your 5 diamonds internationally. But of course, please, please, please do not make the mistakes of the people who claim themselves as leaders in this VRDa1 business. Today, I want to shift the mind. You are not a leader unless you created 10 people like yourself. You're not a leader yet until you create that. So do not deceive yourself by saying, I'm a leader in the business. If you could not touch positively 10 people to believe in the business and build their business and diversify their income like you have done, then you're not a leader yet. You will be. Some people will come and say to you, I cannot do it. It's very difficult. It's not possible. I'll think about it. You know what? I think I'll think about it is what? Is your mistake. In your first presentation, after the presentation, give him a time for 5 to 10 minutes to ask a question. And once that individual says, I'll think about it, ask them, what would you like me to help you to think about? How would you want me to help you think about that? How can I add value to your thought process? Is this something that you want to do? Which package are you interested in? Bring it closer to them. By the way, they are missing the point. You are not clear to them. You are very vague to them. You gave them the presentation, but you are not making a closing there. How would they tell you what package if you, well, you're lucky if that individual would tell you, so what is the process to sign up? By the way, don't expect that question from anybody, right? From everybody. You're lucky if that prospect of yours is going to say, oh, so how do I sign up? I'm sure you got some of those. So that's great. But bring it close. Take the ball to the goal, right? Don't shoot the ball from the midfield. You're not going to score there. Showing them the presentation does not mean that they will ask you at the end of the presentation, how do I sign up? You help them in understanding what do they need to do next. So you showed me the presentation, then you would say, is this something that makes sense for you? Would you be interested in looking at the back office? What package can I show you? I want to think about it. Fantastic. What do you want to think about? What's your question? Let me help you in closing this question and doubt and clarifying this. Oh, I want to take the permission of my wife. I want to take the permission of I want to discuss this internally. How about if we meet and we discuss it all together? There are people who will tell you, I'll find a way for it. I love the idea. I want to find a way for it. How can I start? I will make it happen. You need to look for people who are believers in themselves. They have the confidence and they are also givers. Immediately they will tell you, oh, I have a friend of mine who would love to see this idea. Can I pass it to him also? No, not yet. Caution them always, because they have heard your presentation once, they learned only 30% of it, and they're going to go to a prospect immediately after your meeting because they're so excited, and they will talk about only the 30%, and they will lose the full comprehension of that. So caution them on this. No, not yet. I know you're excited. Why don't you put these names on a piece of paper? But let's go back to these people later on. First, you need to build your credibility by, if you're interested, let's go for the signing off of how to get associated to this business. Let me give you an orientation. Let me show you the presentation of going back to the basics. Let me show you that training. Let me, I mean, that's what you need to do at the beginning, because here is a diamond, or here's an individual that could be built to a diamond, a believer in him or herself and a giver. Look for givers. You will not find givers all the time. People who want to really give this gift to somebody else, right? I know people who are benefiting from this for the last 2.5 years or 2 years or 1 year, right? And I always tell them, now give this gift to next. And I always say, test it and taste it. You want to reap the benefit of it? You want to taste and test the system, the cycle happening? Fine. Your first quarter, withdraw it. But do not keep withdrawing. And at one point of a time when the company is going to say, you need VRDa1 to buy NFT, you have 0 VRDa1 and you panic. So that's quote unquote, right? That's a sentence out of what I can really see around us. Diamonds, ladies and gentlemen, that's what you're looking for. People who will do it and who will always move with you towards next. So, the C road. It's going to be bumpy. The bad news is time flies. Good news is you're the pilot. And the pilot makes sure that he plans, he has enough hours of flying. He makes sure that he has the details of the passengers. He makes sure that his system is working and he knows which button to push. You're the pilot. It's going to be a bumpy road. You're going to get a lot of no's, but so what? Some will, some won't. So what? Continue on with the C road. Capture the information. Connect the dots. Build a community around you and make sure you're consistent. Do not drop the ball when you have 10 people just signed up and you say, oh, I created a community. Now these people are going to be taking me to the sky. They will not. If you do not show, as an individual who wants to be a leader, your consistency in being part of them. That's very important. You need to capture that information, because every day there is information on that back office. Every day there is information that we are dispersing. Have you seen the white paper of the Meta? Have you seen the white paper of the NFT? Have you asked what is all this all about? That's very important. Or you're there for your product bonus and that's it. I'm going to take my quarterly bonus and I'm out. Fine, fantastic. Thank you very much for being part of the business. And thank you very much for trusting us for that 1 year or 2 years or 3 years. And bye-bye. This business is not for you. This business is for the ecosystem connected people. If you do not know what is our ecosystem, please ask your upline. What is this ecosystem that Hussain is talking about since the morning? What is that ecosystem? Is your consistency, is the growth, is the sustainability of the business? That's what we're talking about. If you're here for a monthly income, that's not a business for you. If you're here for long term, that's where you need to understand the ecosystem and how it works, and where should I put my money, and how should I diversify. And don't panic if 2 points go down of the STO, because it's a very, very natural thing to happen, right? Let's wait what happens till Monday. I don't know. Maybe another 2 points will go down. I don't know, right? Let's wait. Let's learn. And if it goes down and you panic, please leave the business. As I said, we don't want people to have blood pressures. We don't want people to have stress. You know, 1/3 or 2/3 of the people lose their lives because of the stress. Heart failure, heart attack. No. For 2 points of STO, I get a heart attack? God, for God's sakes, right? Relax. This business is growing. We have given over $3 million in bonuses for the last 3 years, less than 3 years, right? Four different properties, and the fifth one is coming. 3.5 or 4,000 associates around the globe. Come on. For 2 points, panic, phone call to directors. Oh, what is happening? Why this, that? Oh my God. You know what? With this STO going 2 points down, we really discovered some weak people in the business who really thought that they are leaders, but they showed us that they are not leaders. Because leaders take the flag and move forward, right? These guys wanted to bury their heads in the sand. They thought, "Khalas, that's the end of VRDa1." Right? It's going to be a bumpy road for you, but if you capture and connect and create that community and be consistent, that's where we'll build the business together, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, moving on to next. Why should you be different? How can you be unique? We're all different, but there are people who are making it, and there are people who are not making it. So today, would you like me to give you that $100,000 gift? Are you ready to make $100,000 in 90 to 180 days? One person ready? Great. Two people ready? Fabulous. Is that the gift you want? You want to be an emerald star or more? I think you don't need to be an emerald star to make the 100,000. Less than that. Ahmed Afzal, you don't have to say ready, because you're going for $1 million. Right? And the rest of you and the rest of us, we all want to make the extra money. But guys, going back to basics, simplify the thing. Let me repeat that for you. 3 hours into 5 days. Make sure you invite, make sure you do a presentation, make sure you do a follow-up. That's your 15 hours. If you're willing to put 15 hours, 10 to 15 hours in the business, that's where you will get it. Create your 5 local and 5 international crown ambassadors. Indeed, brother. 5 and 5. In 90 days, you're going for your diamond. Now, I need some commitments there, right? Who is going to be really committing that 10 hours to 15 hours? Let me tell you what is your plan. Your plan is, if you want to be different and you want to really reach there, put the plan. Put your 3 into 5 days plan. Strategize your business. Don't you strategize your grocery shop, your F&B, your job. You sit down in September and do a business plan, and you spend the hours and you eat pizza at the midnight just to make sure your business plan is in place. Strategize. Invest for long term, not short term, please. If you're short term, please notify the board of directors. Because we want you to relax. We don't want you in this business. This is not a relaxing business. It will be if you put the right time into it. If you think that this is like, I am going to sign up and I'm going to bring 2 people and that's it, I'm going to make $100,000. Wrong. Wake up and smell the coffee. If you're going to do this in a short-sighted way, then that's not going to be a benefit for you at all. Commit is your 4th fundamental. Commit. Be disciplined. If you are not going to be there in the trainings, if you're not going to be there in the presentations, if you're not going to win the offers, if you're not going to be there in Thailand and Antalya and Baku and wherever, and you think that I need to win, the company needs to invite me and pay for the ticket and pay for my bed and accommodation, if you are that individual, you're not going to be winning the business. You should be there even on your expenses. You should be building the countries by putting money from your pocket, from your investment, from your bonuses. That's where I will consider you as a leader, and that's where I will consider you as a CEO of your business. But if you wait for the company to pay for all your expenses, you're never going to win it. You're never going to be in those nights where we have that room full of excitement. Commit and be disciplined. Then you deliver. Then results are going to be delivered. Build next. Do not let go of the ball at the middle of the road. That's how you're going to be. Today, with this slide, we're building your framework. Planning, strategizing, long-term investor. Commit, deliver, build your next. Don't let go at the middle of the road. It's not a motivational talk. Discipline is not motivational talk. Committing is not motivational talk. Today we have our formula: 3 into 5, invite, presentation, follow-up, 5 local, 5 international, in 90 days to maximum 180 days. I repeated this now for the 3rd time. If you didn't get it, something is wrong, either with me or with you. Next slide. Individually, your why has to be clear. And as I spoke about it, your discipline and time commitment, your presentation, your back office, your capital, your list of people. That's how you will find your diamonds. And if you claim you're a leader, then you need to be in events, whether on your own expenses or you win the offer. Plan for it and win the offer. Our next event is going to come in either December or January. We will give you ample time to win the offer. Win it and be with us. Number 2, second line of leaders, 5 and 5. Diamonds local, 5 diamonds international. 90 days to 180 days. Your target has to be clear. I want $100,000. I want to build 10 diamonds. If 10 is too much for you, build it at 5. If 5 is too much for you, build it at 3. But do not let go of your 10 to 15 hours per week. If you're going to put those hours, then you're serious. If you cannot put those many hours, then thank you for attending the training. Simple as that. We are looking for diamonds too. VRDa1 is committed to building the next level of leaders. And by the way, we expect the first level of leaders to graduate. So you better graduate rather than spending 1 extra year, right? Not graduating and not reaching your targets. It's your business. You need to care for it. Here is the 5 rules to rule. It's not about getting excited and, invite to a presentation only or invite to a training only. As we said, you need to have that spirit of I will win. I'm not here only to try it. Show them it works. Be positive with people and attract people who are positive. Be a giver, not only a taker. A lot of people are takers only. In fact, I met some people who got into the business and then they went to the downline and said, if you make commission, how about if we split this commission 50-50? Can you believe it? There's a lot of people also who keep trying businesses. So of course, this is their own money, they can try it, but if they keep trying businesses left and right and center, they will never win it. Be focused on what you want to do. When you diversify within whatever you're doing, do not have a conflict of interest within your businesses, right? Because you're going to be hitting yourself and you will never grow to the level of where you want to be. Big dreams mean big commitments and discipline. Today, if you want to dream big with me in this, I'm sorry, but I went over probably 60 minutes, but I'm going to conclude in the next slide. Choose the right upline for help and guidance. The power of duplication with the right team. And connect to VRDa1 system. We have a fabulous system from a back office point of view, from trainings point of view, from all these leaders that we have, and some of the leaders that we have are really brilliant leaders. Get to connect with them, right? It doesn't have to be a leader that is in your line. Just learn from everybody. Here's a system of positive learning. Pick and choose the leader that you want to learn from. And please excuse them if they don't give you that time, because they're committed to their 3 into 5. They're committed to the 3 hours into 5 days. And by the way, I did not count Saturday and Sunday. And if you want to relax, do not relax 2 days of Saturday and Sunday. Give it another hour, because you might discover your diamond in the weekend. They're very busy in the 5 days working and building their dreams. Find them maybe in the weekend, or a Saturday or a Sunday or a Friday, if your Friday is your weekend, and give it another hour, right? That's where the system is going to be really teaching you, right? Now, 8 keys to excellence. Each key is a different key, though in the picture it looks very similar, but they're different. Here's your 8 keys. Number 1 is your passion and belief. No matter how brilliant your mind or a strategy is, you're playing a solo game. You always lose out to a team, right? That's how it works. It needs to be in a different shape. It needs to be differentiated. It needs to be at a different level. Passion and belief, your mindset. Be your own first customer. Go through it. The first 72 hours, you need to spend some time with your upline on the system, on the back office, on VRDa1 Talk YouTube channel, on the social media. Please go to the social media of VRDa1, and it's your business. Like and follow. We have 3,000 people, right? If we ask every one of us to go there and connect to the system and the channels and become our first customers, know the full cycle, that's your second key. Duplication and upline is your third key. Teach people 5 into 5. Your list of names, we talked about the capital. Know your products. What's my product? What is VREIT? What is STO? What is NFT? What is fractional ownership? What is the meta coin or the ICO that we have? What is our ecosystem? Have you tried giving a presentation fully, not on a piece of tissue or on the back of a pack of cigarettes, or just verbally give a presentation? Have you heard about this? What a joke, right? If you do a presentation verbally. No, yeah, you can give, you can stimulate, you can basically give some keys verbally, but then the rest of the presentation, you cannot do it on the phone. You cannot do a presentation on the phone. I'm sure some of you have done it. I have done it in my old gold days, but it turned out not to be turning into gold. It was copper. It was less than copper. It was rusted because it did not yield to anything. And be genuine and ethical. Please do not build only rosy dreams. You can give that aspiration and pep talk and motivation, But be ethical. Do not promise and overpromise things that VRDa1 does not have. And be genuine in the way and transparent in the way you put things together. Today, I get a message from part of the globe, and they're talking about VRDa1 and this individual doesn't want to attend the presentation because they think this business is this way and this business is that. I said to him, I said, my friend, my brother, we never hit anybody on his hand and basically tell him you have to, whether you like it or not, you have to sign up for the business. If they like it, they like it. They don't like it, they don't like it. Maybe not today, maybe tomorrow. We have a lot of people who 6 months ago said, no, I don't like this business. This is not for me. But after 6 months, they call you and they say, so how is the business doing? And by the way, this is what happens, right? When they say no to you, after 6 months, when you connect to them, they'll say, oh, by the way, how's VRDa1? How's that business you spoke to me doing? And you start telling them 4 properties. When I spoke to you, it was one, $3 million worth of bonuses. And by the way, you were not part of it. And 4,000 or 3,500 to 4,000 associates. And stimulate them again and then leave them. And you will see what happens then. Communicate upwards and downwards daily. Part of your 3 into 5 or 4 into 5, communicate upwards and downwards. Then train and train and train. And that is not the train of from a transportation point of view. No, this is train that is for you to train yourself into the business. Very important, ladies and gentlemen. So today we want to say, dear past, we want to shift. Thank you for all the lessons. Dear future, I am now ready. So are you ready to take these basics, simplify the business, take that small formula, put your dreams in front of you and visualize them? Don't be here for the monthly income, be here for the long-term investment and for the long-term business for 10 years from now. Put your figures together and tell to your past, I think I've done it wrongly. I have not put the hours. I thought that's it, quarterly bonus, and that's it. No, if you want to build it, that's how you build it. You build it with the commitment of the hours, with a list of names. And by the way, it's not rocket science. Do not think that today when I teach you, go back to basics, I'm going to teach you something different. All what I'm saying, whatever I taught you 3 months ago or 6 months ago, I'm reiterating the same thing and telling you, if you're still at your G icon or V icon or silver star a year ago, and you have not reached your emerald star or ruby star by now, you're failing. Sorry for that. Move away from your past. Until when you are going to be the same? Days are passing. It's moving away from you. The train is moving away from you. So say thank you to your past and the lessons. Do not regret it, but say also, dear future, I'm ready. And that's how you're going to be taking it to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, today I was honored to talk to you about going back to basics and making sure that you have taken some notes. Even out of the 36 or 37 people who have attended, if 5 or 10 people today learned something, I really would like to welcome you on the stage soon to say, here is our new star. Here is our emerald star or ruby star. That was the way, that is the way we are going to be winning it all together, right? Go and take this training with its simplicity to your people. Create your 5 into 5. Put your hours. Grow it. That's how we're going to be taking it to the next level. It's not only the board of directors that will build this business. It's the board of directors alongside you as the upcoming leaders. Make sure you also create your second layer of leaders. simplicity, basics, commitment, discipline, 3 into 5, invitation, presentation, follow-up, 5 local, 5 international, 90 days to 180 days, and you will see what you can do. Thank you very much for attending. Really appreciate all your engagement, and I hope I didn't bore you. Apologies that I took some time more than I was supposed to take, but it's for the benefit of everybody. Thank you, and we will be connecting with you soon. Go back to your back office because there are more trainings that are coming in Arabic and English, and we will be seeing you on the stage and celebrating all together. Take care all. Bye-bye.